Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
The top player is here.
I'll take on all of you! Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Oh, whiffs the grab. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Steps in for the throw. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Both sides have full drive and plenty of health. Let's see how things open up. Looking for a way to incorporate their drive. I can't keep track of these corner switches. Sticks the combo. Taking stock. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. A little too greedy there. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. No life left. They gotta mind the drive difference too. The impact doesn't do anything. Player 1 will have sneaks in the throw. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Immediate jump in. Who's going to start things off? Player 2 has a slight life lead. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Player 2, what's this? What's gonna happen? Digs in deep to get that drive in. Looking to plant him with a pile driver. What'll happen here? Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be in there. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Fight round. Fight.
A lot of courage behind that super hard at the start of the round. Goes for the jump in to start. The last round. It's now or never. Crowns him from above. Hits him with a stopping body. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Connects with the throw. Amazing. Low heavy. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Gotta do better than that. That's nothing but air. Target combo into... Get screw pile driver. There's no escape. Okay, here we go. Big time whip. Load it up. We've immaculate counter. Player 1 made some smart moves there. Great game.
Round 1.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Time for a drink. Low heavy hits. Mix up incoming. Uses a long range attack there to zone them perfectly. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Gets backed into the corner with pressure building. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Gets the parry in and adds some pressure. Big, low, reaching heavy. There's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. Throws them to negate the block. Take KO! Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Immediate jump in. Who's going to start things off? Sticks the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Goes for the jackhammer off the Cyclone Lariat, prioritizing the side switch over damage. Gets the jump, hits him with a stopping block. Russian suplex, and that's going to be a chunk of damage there. Super clutch corner sweep. The throw, oh, what's this? Digs in deep to get that drive on. Just goes for it at this range. Brushes that off and keeps going. And they create an opportunity. Big time win! Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Jamie's gonna show all those OGs that there's a new player in town! Player 1 has the Bears a burnout. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Will then get the tip with the low heavy. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
Final round. Fight.
Opens with a jump in. Who will come out on top in this final round? Finds the target. Corrects them. Player 2. No, this is great though. from above. Player 1 needs to use the... There's a drive attack. Feasting with a Russian suplex. That combo finishes it. Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Charges forward. Sticks the jump in. Player 1 chases them down. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Opts for the throw. Player 1 has a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. Big low reaching heavy. Uses a long-range attack there to zone them perfectly. Neither of them willing to back off here. Throws them to negate the block. From up above. Knockdown. Brings out the super art. How is it gonna work out for them? Timely side switch there, which will let him go on the attack. Player 1 KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start. Are we going to see some fireworks? Hits him with a stopping bomb. Big throws. Closes the gap for the grab. So, what's next? Fights out of the corner, back to the center of the stage. Does a good job escaping the corner. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Knocked down and brushes that off and keeps going. Reads the command grab. Goes for the low kick hits. Are we good? The low block. Closes it out. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
This body of iron.
Fight round. Fight.
Open jumps hard. They're going for the super art. The super doesn't hit. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Player 2 has a slight life lead. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Yo, cut that boy off. He's had too much. Nothing stops this train. Time to mess him up with right super art to show him what a PhD in fighters can do for you. Both sides getting ready. Pops up with the devil song. Player 2. The drive impact hits for a punish. Hits that with confidence. More fuel to the fire. Cook them up. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Take a seat. There's a burnout. You need guts to pull that off. Player 2 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
A new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match.
Round 1.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Blocks the jump in. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? No go for the throw. Neither fighter wants to get stuck in the corner as they continue to duke it out mid-stage. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? I wonder how both fighters will adapt to what we've seen so far. The low doesn't connect. What? Can't take the throw. Knockdown. Sees him coming and shrugs it off with the super armor. Looking to him in there. Player 2 with a first round pickup. Can they close it out? Are we going to see some fireworks here? The jump-in is denied. Swagger step. The throw misses. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. Delivers the pain right to the doorstep. Dashes hits him with a stopping body. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Grabs and throws him away. Throws him. This unleashes some big damage. That's not gonna hit. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Carries them all the way to the corner in one go. They're taking a step back to slow down. Huge chance after that wall slap. Flatline zone. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Medium kick. Getting tipsy with the devil inside. A super art. The super doesn't hit. That's not gonna hit. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Hits back with the drive impact on the recovery. This punish counter presents a huge chance. Target combo into. Barely blocks the jump in. Knockdown! Here comes the mix-up. Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. The low! Amazing! Connects with the throw. With super arc into play, gets him with a Euro step. There's a burnout. Nothing stops this train. Player 2, big time whip. Those moves are made in Italy. Noticeable life lead is a... No! This'll break! You need guts to pull that off. Player 1 was an absolute beast in that match.
A new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of.
Gotta do this. Come on.
Hope you're not a sore loser.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checking their opponent. Still slugging it out here. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Tries to throw, but doesn't connect. They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. Good job here in giving themselves a chance to gain the upper hand. Sees it coming and blocks it out. You can block impacts, or you're gonna lose some drive gauge when you do. From up above.
Don't fall down yet.
Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. It's a normal hit, but they get in there. This is a huge chance to make a few KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Opts to create space to start. Flashes him. Hold your breath. Were they baiting them into that? It's back with the drive impact on the recovery. This punish counter presents a huge chance. She's legitimized doing the business. Player one can build off this lead. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Smart play with the throw. Player two is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Then brushes that off and keeps going. That back throw was huge. A quick breather. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Switch the Dragon Last Flame, giving them a side switch on top of the damage. Player one flipping the sprint with that turnaround super. Tries to act quickly, but with the attack. Breaks through with the throw. Player two gets the win in a convincing fashion.
A new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who is going to come out on top in this fight?
Ready? Then show me.
Hope you're not a sore loser.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Goes for the low kick. Picks up some damage with a long reaching attack. Throws him down. What's the play here? Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full. Gets him. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They block the overhead and throws them to negate the block. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Amazing concentration on display as they punish when their opponent's attack left them wide open. Player one bends the meter, hoping for a good return. Medium kick. Showing some real tenacity. Still scrapping for control of the space. Follows up and tags on the lightning kick barrage. Side switch. Breaks the block with a throw. Player two will look wall splat into the guard break. Connects with the throw. Okay, here we go. Gets the stuff. Huge chance after that wall splat. Throws him. Oh, here we go. Oh my god, they just hooked it up. There's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. Player two can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Oh my god, what's gonna happen? Hit them with a quick low kick. Player one is a force to be reckoned with. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Sees the overhead coming and blocks it. Will that drive impact get punished? Getting careless and missing a drive impact like that will leave you wide open. Throws him down. Trips him up. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Overhead. Side switch with the back throw. Looking for a chance to gain the upper hand. Player two is almost dead, but some clutch drop opts for the throw to close it out. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Sticks the jump in. Hits with the overhead. Jump. There's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. Player two chases him down. It's a good spot to use the super. Super. Oh, must have saw something we didn't. Smart play with the throw. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Sets up with the jump in. Nothing stops this train. Digs in deep to get that drive in. The next touch may decide it. Knew the throw was coming. They back down to regroup. This made knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Getting up close and personal. They both forward rush. Gets him with a Euro step. Closes it out. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Who will come out on top in this final round? Peppers them with the lightning. Connects with the throw. That throw will do some good damage. Oh, we're going full third strike with the callback Hyokusen. Oh my, the throw tank. Player 2 has the super gauge. It knocks him out of the air. A trade, but still works knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Take that guard away. He's maxed out. Lightning kick. Player 2 knew the throw was coming. Real test of nerve here. Both sides. I called it. Turns out. Player 2 can't use no hesitation or regret. Hits him with that NSFW.
My secret
Perfect damage calculation. No doubt about it. Are you serious? That comeback was unreal. We just saw this fighter play out of their goddamn mind there. Player 2 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
Round 1. Fight.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Jump. Reaches out with a lightning kick. Still very early in the round. Keeping track of the opponent's movements, waiting for a good opening. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Opts for the throw. Steps in for the throw. Decides to meet them in the air. Holds out with the block. Sticks the combo. Down to the wire. And they convert this punish counter and a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. Jumps, experiencing burnout. Follows up and tags on the lightning kick barrage. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. They're both out of drive gauge. Will they pay? Oh. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Changes things up with an overhead. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Reaches out with the lightning kick. Not close enough for the throw. Burnout activates. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. What'll happen here? Player 2 has a check up tap to close it. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? The overhead denied. Smart play with the throw. Misses hits him with a stop and bop. The drive impact doesn't work. Excellent block to shut out the impact. Player looking to impress with this super. Battling the inside of their head with the Hyoku. Genius read with that throw escape. Connects with the throw. Jumps. Getting up close and personal. Swagger punch. Home throw tank. You'll cut that boy off. He's had too much. Player 2 is nothing stops this train. Putting it all on the line. The back throw for damage and vital positioning. Gotta do better than that. Sets up with the jump in. Play burns out. Drop zone, baby. Drive tears the brain on this fighter to think they are done. Player 1 clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that.
challenger.
Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Good parry there, and a parry here puts drive gauge in the bank, which really could help later in the round. Denies the attack, and parrying an attack like that is risky, but the reward is the drive gauge building up. The super armor does its job. Player one will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Not a lot of damage dealt so far. No telling how this match will turn out. Can they exploit this advantage? Can they convert this punish counter opportunity into something? Player one is in burnout. Drives off the table. Long low attack hits. Denies the low head. Takes a trip. Fires off the Shiku Hadouken. Player one drops him to half, closing the gap. A quick breather. Player one needs to hold up. They get the win by sustaining good corner pressure and not giving them any breathing room.
Round two.
Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Gets the parry in and adds some pressure. Mistimed the perfect parry, but is still safe. Gets scooped from down low. Both fighters planning something? Hits them with a stopping bomb. Uses the target combo with a filler. What'll happen here? Throws a fireball. Going on the offensive? The low kick hits. A quick breather. Player one is barely hanging in there. KO! Player two brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
A new challenger.
And they've gone for the same character. Neither side's gonna want to lose this one.
The top player is here. Hope you're not a sore loser.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Puts one in the pocket. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Perfect air-to-air. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Gets out of the corner and creates some distance. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. All right, what's coming up next? Long low attack hit. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. The drink level's at 4. All inhibitions are out the window. KO. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Opts for the air-to-air encounter. Throws them to negate the block. Devil Song. They gotta go for it while they're buffed. Throws them. What's next? Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets them good damage in return. Hits them with a stopping bomb. Run Sui Hei. Uses the gauge for a super arm. Traps them with a break kick. Drink level max out. This party's getting crazy. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Throws them. Scrapping it out, pumps the brakes on the impact. Goes to the air. Too low heavy. Both sides getting ready. Excellent block. A jump. Blocks the low kick. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Player one can't let this simmer. They've got to start cooking. Do they gamble something here on a put the fear of God in it? Last round, people. Both fighters got to go all in from this point.
Final round. Fight!
Starts things off with a jump in. Ooh, nothing stops this train. Jamie's tuning up the band. Time for some fun. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. This is gonna hurt. Rushes in. Grounds him from above. Low heavy. Amazing. They putting the cherry on top. Player two needs to take advantage of this game disparity. Below. Oh man, just drives and back misses. What's next? Anti-air in the clutch. Shoots their shot. Time to make them famous. Noticeable breaks in. It is over. Player one survived that 10th mirror match. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that comeback. Perfect execution with the anti-air. From low heavy to the throw. Hits him with a stopping bomb. Player one uses the life lead. Trips him up. Player one creates a good corner opportunity. Sticks the combo. Mid low reaching heavy. Knockdown. Neither of them willing to back off here. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. The attack is paired. They can't squander this punish counter chance. Throws them to negate the block. Shows a medium kick. Gets him. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round two. Fight!
Immediate jump in. That drive impact is blocked. Forcefully closes the gap. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? All right, what's coming up? Hold your breath. But they can't squander this punish counter chance. And a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. Uses the game for a super. They're not playing around here. Player two is working with a better game. What can they do? Hits them with a stopping bomb. Uses the target combo as a filler. Quick breather. There's a wall splash. They can't do anything now. But experiencing burnout. Low heavy. Knockdown and they must have a game plan. The low kick hits. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? No! Send off the wall! Overdrive arrow kick. What's next? Genius read with that throw escape. Burns out. The punish countdown reaction. Closes it out. Player one survived that 10th mirror match.
Comes a new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match.
Beginning operation.
Hope you're not a sore loser.
Round one. Fight!
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Blocks the jump in. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. buy some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. That parry may be just the catalyst they need. Perfectly timed parry to deflect the opponent's attack. You don't want to get caught in that situation too many times. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Both fighters are low on drive gauge. They'll want to tread carefully for this part of the fight. Is it time to go on the offensive, or will they try to turtle up? Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Will that drive impact get punished? Nice tech. Decides to meet them in the air. Life lead opens up. Player 1 can't use experiencing burnout. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Goes for the super art. The super went for the chip kill. Player 2 with the first strike, but they can't get complacent.
Round 2. Fight.
Sneaks in above. Jumps. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. They're still feeling each other out. Goes for the jump in. Medium kick hits. Still scrapping for control of the space. Checks with a medium kick. Brushes that off and keeps going. Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Player 2 can't let this simmer. Oh, the throw connects. Amazing. Drops them. Flatlines them. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Oh, coming in hot. Ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Smart. Ooh, what a smart throw. Ooh, tries to act quickly, but with the attack. Handle with care. You can't drop drive impacts. Serves on a knuckle sandwich. Jumps. Any throw will whiff at that range. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Player 2 can't let this simmer. Big, huge chance after that wall splash. And whiff. They're wide open. Ops for the arrow. Oh, here we go. This is gonna hurt. Player 1 can't deny the jump in. Keeps him out. This is a critical moment. Are you kidding me? Player 1 has got to be doing good getting the win out of that absolute carnage.
Round 1.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Time ups for the arrow. Grabs and throws them away. That throw will do some good damage. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Very solid corner switch. Does not want to get stuck in the corner. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. All right. Coming through. We've reached the midway point of the round, and both fighters are at about even life. We're close to the point where one mistake could end the round. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Takes a trip. Both sides backing off to form their game plan. Going on the offensive? Grabs them. Each hit is so important here. The drive impact is denied. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big, wraps it up with a decisive combo. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Goes in on the impact for nothing. You do not want to whiff an impact. Hits them with a stopping bomb. It's a good spot to use the super. They were expecting that drive impact. Going in. Backs them into the corner in a hurry. Chases them into the corner and will now look to do some damage. Breaks the... all the throw connects. Quick breather. Going on the offensive? Are we gonna see a comeback here? The throw missed. Oh my god, they just choked it up. Flatlines them. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Pokes with a medium kick. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Absorbs the attack and fires back. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. Knockdown. Oh! Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Closes the gap for the grab. Throws him. What's next? Takes a trip. Down to the wire. Both fighters will want to utilize what little drive gauge they have. Knockdown. Player 1 chases them down. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Going in? They just won't stop switching sides. Big low attack to pick up the win this round. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Devil Song. They gotta go for it while they're buffed. How they charges forward. Can't tech the throw. Checks with a medium kick. Still slugging it out at this range. Opts for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. It's a good spot and use the super. Drink level maxed out. Drive rush to keep it going. Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Brushes that off and keeps going. They are absolutely wailing on each other. Anti-air in the clutch. A real test of nerve. Punish counter sets the table. Turning it right up with the super. This can lead to some big damage. Ooh, the drive attack closes it out. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Fight round. Fight.
Happy hour. Who's going to steal the crowns them from above? Excellent block. Excellent block to shut out the impact. Risky up-close scrap still going. Silent step. Pokes with the kick. No way. No signs of letting up from out of the corner. The low kick hits. Okay, here we go. Knockdown. Here comes the victim. A back throw for damage and vital positioning. Player 2 is in a very good... Nothing stops this train. With super arts into play, it's really anything goes at this point. They were sitting on their mirror for this super art.
It's time to
Wait,
train.
what? Are they actually dead or... Wasn't a sure bet, but the meter management was so on point. Player 2 comes out on top of that fierce battle. Talk about a show. That match had it all.
A new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
The top player is here.
Time to play.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Puts one in the pocket. Denies that throw attempt. These two fighters are perfectly synced. Big counter. Sticks the combo. Decent damage. What's next? Player one chases him down. Decides to puff up while they can. Taking stock. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. That drive impact is blocked. Ends with a projectile. Player two takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round two. Fight.
Shows a medium kick. Who's going to start things off? Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Oh, will this early super art shape the course of the round? All right, what's coming up next? Opts for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. Grabs and throws them away. Both fighters planning something? You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Going in, drink level max out. This party's getting crazy. Throws them. A quick breather. Player Devil Song. They gotta go for it while they're buffed. Both of our combatants are cooking up something. Sets up with the jump-in. Vicious tensioning. Oh man, this is a scary one. Doesn't set the throw. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Final round. Fight.
This is it. Who's gonna take it all? Jump?
Here we go.
Which fighter will control the pace of the match early on? Both fighters look to set things up as they continue to jostle for position. Genius read with that throw escape. Jeez, how can they read each other so well? The drive impact doesn't work. Excellent block. Uses the impact to shave off some of their drive gauge. Absolutely relentless. Player one can't let this simmer. Becomes flatline zone. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for him.
Round one.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Jumps in. Okay, they trade hits. Got their eye on the air. Solid anti-air will shut down the opponent's air game and make it much harder to jump in. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Reads their mind and texts the throw. That's what you get when both sides go in on the throw. Player one chases them down. Taking stock. Knife lead opens up. Makes a huge statement with that finish. Player one on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round two. Fight.
Immediate jumping. Brushes that off and keeps going. Throws them to negate the block. Jumps up. Sees the overhead coming and blocks it. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Looking to impress with this super. That's not going to hit. They may be planning to spend their drive gauge here. Both fighters will have to decide whether they want to go with an all-out offense powered by their drive or play it safe and conservative. The life remaining tells us just goes for it at this range. The super doesn't hit. Player two is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. They return to slow, heavy, but no go. What now? Base out the low kick. Pumps the brakes on the impact. There's a burn and what a finish! Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Player one pushes the opponent into the corner, gets the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Combo with the target combo. Adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Both fighters are even health. There's enough life to get away with the mistake. Player two doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Player one chases them down. Oh, burnout on both sides? Serving them a severe beatdown, and the fun's just starting. Grabs him. Player one can't afford mistakes without that drive through. Blocks the impact. They need to rely on their in-pay. Oh. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? Converts the opening impact into a punish counter. That drive impact doesn't get through. Forcefully closes the gap. Shows a medium kick. Going on the offensive. Player one is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? With this kind of gauge gap, they'll want to think about when to use it and not be trigger happy. Player two can't use any hits them with a stop and block. Experiencing burnout. Player two will have to deal with this dangerous bout of the low. Oh my god, what a throw set! Sets up with the jump in. Knew the throw was coming. Dangerous range here. This is gonna hurt. Shows a super art. The super doesn't hit. Throws them. Okay, here we crown them from above. Can they use their resources? The low block. Lightning kick. Closes it out. Player two gets the win in a convincing fashion. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Rattles them with a spinning bird kick. Well-timed corner switch. Does not want to get stuck in the corner. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Beautiful setup with that attack. Okay, they trade hits. Big counter. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Well-timed corner switch. Life lead opens up. The quarter makes it, heats it up with a combo into super. Perfect read to get the finish with the low attack. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Peppers them with a lightning kick. Grabs and throws them away. What'll happen here? Player one will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Player two is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. That's not gonna hit. The super doesn't hit. Medium kick. You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Shows a medium kick. Knockdown and... Looks like they both want to stay out of the corner. Both of our combatants are cooking up something. Blocks it. big throws. Player 2 will need to play it conservative until they're drunk. Perfect execution with the anti-air. What'll happen? Knew the throw was coming. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Dangerous range here. Kick out of nowhere. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. And whip. They're wide open. Reaches out with the lightning kicks. Connects with the throw. Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. Sets up with the jump in. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Oh, we're going full third strike with a callback Hyokusen. An excellent block. Impact counter. Oh, that's so sick. Puts a bit of stank on that one. And tries to act quickly, but with the attack. Player 1 can't use drive anymore. This is gonna hurt. Player 1 can't use any drive move. Knew the throw was coming. What are they gonna do? Connects with the throw. I can't believe it. This is a critical moment. Gotta do better than that. Both of them back off. They may be preparing. Here comes the boom! They are done! Player 2 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
A new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Here's round 1.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Anticipates the overhead. Uses this opportunity to really lay into the opponent with a damaging combo. Player 1 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Backs them into the corner. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Shows the overhead. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. That drive impact is blocked. Overhead. Where is their opening? Gets them. Player 1 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Goes for the jump in to start the round. Burnout activates. Player 1 has the life lead. Can they use it? There's still a lot of fighting to be had. It's anyone's match. Player 1 has an empty drive through. This is a very precarious situation. Counters with amnesia. Nice read. It's a good spot to use the super. Player 2 will look to apply all in with a rush. Revolt ices. Are we more fuel to the fire? Cook them up. Connects with the throw. Charges forward. Player 1 can't use any flatline there. Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Gets them with the anti-air. Brushes off the impact. Holds out with the block. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. Sees it coming and blocks it out. All right, what's coming up next? Reacts to the throw. Grabs him. Knockdown. Takes him all the way to the corner with that. Bops him with a target combo. Lands the forward throw. The corner pressure super art activated. Expect something big here. Throws him. What's next? Oh god, this is tense. Side switch in the corner. KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Hits him with a stopping block. Grabs and throws him away. Going in? Player 2 has the life lead. Can they use it? There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Still slugging it out at this range. The opening on that impact. Oh, it's with a rough. Nails the 3-bar. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? What now? So, what's next? This is gonna hurt. Closing moments of the match. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Flatlines him. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real finish.
A new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who is going to come out on top in this fight?
The top player is here.
My pleasure.
Round 1. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Puts one in the pocket. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. There's a wall splat, which leaves them wide open. Oh! Brushes off the throw. Player 1 has the life lead. Okay, creating some space here. The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. The super armor does its job. Spends the meter to throw on some massive damage. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. Player 2 must be feeling good after that super, but they gotta keep on the gas. Combo with the target combo. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Not shy with the grab. Player 2 has completely used all of their drive gauge, but they still have enough life left to take the round if they play finishes with the throw. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Hits them with a stopping bomb. Connects with medium kick. Very solid tomahawk buster. Neither of them willing to back delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Goes for uses the gauge for a super.
Come on. It's time
Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. A big super art hit tomahawk buster. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they a super art? Taking them up with a level 2 super Thunderbird. And it wrecks them. Both flatlines them. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Final round. Fight.
He rushes down the opponent to impose their will. Connects with medium kick. Impact squat. Uses the impact to shave off some of their drive gauge. Pumps the brakes on the impact. What'll happen here? How did they read that throw? Oh, the back and forth reads are unreal. Fire coming through. The throw is denied. Will this super art do anything? What were they thinking? Ooh, what a smart throw. Okay, here we go. Pokes with the kick, absolutely relentless. Oh, yo, Rock super hit. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? It is over. Player 2 comes out on top of that fierce battle. Talk about a show. That match had it all. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Both of them were ready for a throw. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. Puts one in the pocket. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Player 2 with the life lead. Takes a trip. Player 2 chases them down. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Throws them to negate the block. Knockdown. Can they convert this punish counter? Brings out the super art. What a finish. Great lead in the life gauge there. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Long low attack hit. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Jumps, hits him with a stop and pop. Who will gain control of the match in the early going? Sees it coming and blocks it. Tomahawk busted. Player 1 will want to take advantage of their meter lead while they have. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Goes end to end with a breezing hot. Nice damage. Getting tipsy with the devil inside. Full stock on the Condor win. Gotta watch for a sudden surge. A quick breather. Manages to block the jump in attack. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Player 1 is in a pretty good situation. Drive impact misses. Ooh, what a smart throw. Player 1 is not in a good place health-wise. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Yo, cut that boy off. He's had too much. Player 1 punish counter on reaction. This is a complete no. Critical art now.
This is our destiny.
This is gonna kill. No doubt about it.
Gets got.
What a finish. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Final round. Fight.
Goes up a bump. Scuff him. Curls him from above. All the throw connects. That throw will do some good damage. Fire coming through. Player's throw is denied. What a read. Nothing stops this train. More fuel to the fire. Hook them up. What's next? The throw is denied. The low drop. Oh my God, they just choked it up. What now? Player 1 is in a very good spot. Boots him and takes a swing. Tries to. What a finish. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Ready? Then show me.
Hope you're not a sore loser.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. They need to hold out. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue to fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Both of them have entered burnout state, which will drastically change their approach to the fight. Player 2 is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick it out? Who will capitalize on an opening first? KO! Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Im picks the air throw. Will this super art connect? How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Jumps up. They block the overhead. Hits them with a stopping block. Dashes up. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. At least one of them is having a good time in that corner. Going in. This can lead to some big damage. Hazatsu! Experiencing burnout. In there! Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Peppers them with the lightning kick. The drive impact nets them a sweet punish counter. Gets through the opening. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. Pressuring them in the corner. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Well-timed corner switch. Avoids getting cornered. They can open up this round big by converting this punish counter. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Experiencing burnout. Dashes forward. Blows them. What's next? Takes a trip. Player 1 has completely used all of their drive gauge, but they still have enough life left to take the round if they play smart. Who will capitalize on an opening first? Devil Song! They gotta go for it while they're buffed. KO! Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Immediate jump hits them with a stopping block. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Throws them to negate the block. Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets them good damage in return. Can they keep on him? Burnout activates. The super doesn't hit. That's not gonna hit. Player 1 charges forward. Brushes that off and keeps going. Peppers them with the lightning kick. And whips. They're wide open. Throws them. Anti-air in the clutch. Life lead is there. Throws them away. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Starts to crown them from above. The low heavy's blocked. Parries. Are they trying to bait a throw? They may have something up their sleeve. Next with the throw. What now? Raw super hard incoming. This is gonna hurt. Ugh, puts a bit of stank on that with an overdrive arc. This can lead to some big damage. Great job in escaping that corner pressure and moving back. Nothing stops this train. There's the burnout. Crashes out the cage right there.
This is our destiny.
This is going to hit for a critical art. You gotta imagine that this is not only gonna wreck their life out, but also their nerves.
This is my car.
White sets up with the jump in. What? What a sick punish counter! Player 2 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
Round 1.
It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run. Jump. Brushes that off and keeps going. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. Can they outlast it? Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. They need to hold out. That drive impact is blocked. Very solid corner switch. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Takes a trip. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. The super armor does its job. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Taking stock. Not close enough in there. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Caught in the crossover. Solid throw tech. Peppers them with the lightning kick. Misses the grab. What'll happen here? Player 1 needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. Drive gauge is almost empty. They gotta be careful. Sneaks in above. A parry? Jumps in. Player 2 is barely hanging in there, but can still mount a comeback. KO. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Immediate jump in. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Smart stuff, poking out that range to zone the opponent. They're going for the super art? What were they thinking? The super doesn't hit. Player hits them with a stop and bop. Pumps the brakes on the impact. So fast on the air throw. Player 1 is in a very good... Ooh, what a smart throw. Throw heavy. Oh, here we go. Forward throw. Laying the pressure on Finn. Oh, they changed sides. Crowned him from above. Cross that off. There's no way they did that. Oh, it's enough. I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one.
A new challenger.
And they've gone for the same character. Neither side's gonna want to lose this one.
The top
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Low heavy. Deftly shuts out the jumper. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Player 1 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? They trade hits, and now the quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Combo with the target combo. So they break forward, get some. Player 1 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Big, low, reaching heavy. Low heavy hits, mix up incoming. Uses a long range attack there to zone them perfectly. Gets scooped from down low. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Knockdown and breaks those shins. Brushes that off and keeps going. This is a turning point. They gotta turn it around. Crowns them from above. A quick breather. Drive them back, misses. A jump. What a finish. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Goes for the jump in. Creates an opening with a low heavy. Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. This is gonna hurt. Plenty of health. Ooh, what a smart throw. Oh, man, Tosugeki to the face. Connects with the throw. taking chunks out of each other here. Below. Okay, here we cross that off. And whip. They're wide open. Super art to show off what a PhD and fighter can do for you. Didn't hesitate going for the kill with that super. Did not miss that chance and takes the round. Player 1 survived that tense mirror match. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Jumps in. Jumps. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Forcefully closes the gap. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Jump in, finds the mark. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Neither of them willing to back off yet. Gets the counter hit throw. I can't keep track of these corner switches. Down to the wire. They can open up this round big by converting this punish counter. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Life lead opens up. Jumps up. Just out of range for them. In there! Player 1 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. From up above. Gets the jump in. Pressure going on the offensive? This fight is just brushes that off and keeps going. Lots of life to play with and full SA meters. What will they do? This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. They were expecting that drive impact. Still slugging it out at this range. Sneaks in above. Going in. From upstairs. Hits him with his free flip. Blocks the low kick. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Are they going to be able to come back and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat? What a finish! Player 1 is the last fighter standing.
A new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Show me everything you have.
Hope you're not a sore loser.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. They're not going to allow any jump-ins. Wow, shut down. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match going to go? All right. Jump in finds the mark. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. The move whiffs and they get nailed with a punish counter. What are they thinking? This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Life lead opens up. Jumps, takes a trip. Player 1 will have to fight back here, experiencing burnout. Player 1 needs to hold out until their drive gauge recovers. Oh God, they were not cleared for takeoff. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Right off the bat, there brushes that off and keeps going. Charges forward. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? Good heads-up decision, opting for the drive impact. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Heavy punch sends him flying. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here, looking to plant him with a pile driver. Going in? So experiencing burnout. Traps him with a break game. Player 1 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe flatlines in. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Starts this big-time whip. Solid anti-air. Oh, what's this? There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Player 2 slams on the brakes and shuts out the counter. What now? This is gonna hurt. Throws that off. Light connects with the throw. What's next? Pack your bags. We're going to Siberia. You'll cut that boy off. He's had too much. Okay, will this Super Art do anything? Still alive? Still alive?
Let's go!
Wasn't a sure bet, but the meter management was so on point. I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Oh my God, they just choked it up. Anti-air brushes that off and keeps going. Looking to plan him with the pile driver. Player 1 has a slight life lead that they may sit on. They've got a small life lead, but it's not over. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Player 2 chases them down. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage to them. Hold your breath. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. And a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. Knockdown. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. At this range, many attacks can connect with KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Down to the wire. Converts the opening impact into a punish counter. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Experiencing burnout. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. A back throw for damage and vital positioning. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Both fighters are hurting. Gone critical. What's gonna happen? A clean KO. Nice meter awareness.
No remorse!
Oh, they got him! This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. This is it. Oh, what's this? Digs in deep to get that drive in. That's how you force your opponent to do what you want so you can get a punish. It'll be interesting to see how solid anti-air anticipated that throw. Hit that with confidence. Hits back with the drive impact on the recovery. This punish counter presents a huge chance. They're in range. Anti-air in the clutch. What now? Clutch parry. Ooh, what a smart throw. Amazing. Jump, big time whip. What are they gonna do? Toss nothing but air. Okay, here we go. Wrecks them. Use their shot. Punish counter on the action. Players, oh my God, block super. The super's blocked. Pack your bags. We're going to Siberia. I can't. You're just gonna go for it with the super. Come on, kid. Why would you use the super? They are done. Player 2 has gotta be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Hits him with a stopping block. Looking to plan him with a pile driver. Player 1 has a slight life lead that they may sit on. Trips him up. Neither of them willing to back off it. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Goes for the super art? Throws him. What's next? Takes a trip. Player 2 has the meter lead. They're at the center of the stage. What happens here will have consequences later on. Player 1 in trouble with no drive. Scrapping it out up close. Drive gauge finally recovers. Saw him coming and goes for the force anti-air. That slight doubt is all it took. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Who's going to start this? Will this super art connect? How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Jumps in. Player 1 has the life lead. Can they use it? Taking stock. Still slugging it out at this range. The life remaining tells us we're halfway through the... just goes for it at this range. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Feasting with the Russian suplex! Ooh, there's a side switch. This could be big. Sets up with the jump in. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Both sides. This could lead to some big damage. Raw super hard incoming. They gotta dig down deep here. What are they gonna do? Flatline zone. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Open with a jump in? Who's going to steal this win? The drive impact doesn't work. Taking them for a ride on the Siberian Express. Player 1 has a sets up with the jump in. Pack your bags. We're going to Siberia. Amazing. Holy, nothing stops this train. Reach out and hug them. Down on life. They gotta make a move. The swagger step sends them flying. Big time whip. Connects with the throw. What's next? Raw super hard incoming. What were they thinking? Player 2, the low. Both sides get this is gonna hurt. Throws them. Player 2, snap. Okay, here grabs them. Any mistake here is gonna be fatal. What's it gonna be? Pack your bags. They are done. Player 1 is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire.
A new challenger.
Ho, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
The top player is here.
Time to play.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Gets a chance with that jump in. Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. Jump in finds the mark. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Takes the chance to hurt him. What's going to follow the combo? Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Oh, easy tech. Oh, hold your breath.
Don't fall down yet.
Can't tech the throw? Taking stock. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Charges forward. Which KO? Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Immediate jump in. A super art traps him with a break-in. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Low heavy hits, mix up incoming. Uses a long-range attack there to zone them perfectly. Soft shot ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Gets the back throw to turn things around. The Fuha's there to give them even better returns on their investment. Both fighters planning something? Player 2 will look to apply pressure. Oh my god, they just choked it up! Low heavy! What'll happen here? Hits them with a stopping bomb. Full super engage. Raw critical. What's gonna happen? This is gonna kill, no doubt about it.
Such a lovely face.
What a finish! Player 2 was an absolute beast in that match. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that comeback. Hits him with his free flow. Just down to the wire. Decides to go in with the target punch. Trips him up. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Player 2, oh! The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? All right, what's coming up next? Get some! Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Immediate jumping, brushes that off and keeps going. Solid combo. Gets a crucial back throw in. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunity. Got their eye on the air. Decides to meet them in the air. Good judgment there. They just won't stop switching sides. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. The Kaisen Dankai Ranku connects. They're gonna score huge damage off of this. Player 1 has the deck stacked against them. Can they squeeze out a KO? This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Final round. Fight.
Brushes that off and keeps going. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Player 2 can't let this simmer. Huge hit. This is gonna hurt. Throws him. Oh, here we go. Totsugeki to the face. Impact squash. Loads up above. Are we gonna see a comeback here? This flatline zone. Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion.